from Los Angeles, California. We're the Mad Scientist Party Hour.
What is up, friends? And welcome back to another episode of Mad Scientist Party Hour. My name is Kevin Kraft, joined once again by a man whose pants and underwear have shot off his body, and now he's jacking his boner off with a fistful of deep dish pizza. That's Geoff Clark.
What's up, homies?
And beaming to us from the dumpster of the Quakertown Meth Mart, the bearded booger-eating collector known as Shuddy Boy.
Yo, brat, brat.
So, apologies for the late recording, and double apologies because we're going to have to do it again next week.
Nice.
Next week is...
We're gonna have to be later next week, though, aren't we? By multiple days.
Yeah. I fly out tomorrow morning, and I don't get back until, like, Tuesday night. So, yeah, we're going to have to record
I wonder how many
Wednesday.
listeners we're going to lose.
All of them. The remaining two are history.
Our Patreon's going to take a shit.
Hey, you're going to get every episode you're due. You're owed. That's due. Dude. But
You like dudes.
they're just coming. They're just coming a little later. Like the dudes.
Those dudes are coming.
Like the dudes I blow. But yeah, the flying out tomorrow for the SModcastle Film Festival. Which
This is exciting. There's going to be a large Illuminati contingent.
there
I
is.
feel like.
I mean, I know of 3 that are coming. Maybe you know of more, but I mean, anybody.
I only know of one.
Well, you're far behind, Geoff. Who
Who am I missing? You don't count Shuddy, do you?
No.
We're Chris.
Wow.
So we're
okay.
going to have our first in-person square up since we started training.
Are you guys going to do like a weigh-in? Not a weigh-in, but like a promo?
Yeah.
Like this?
Yep, exactly like that.
Let's talk to Kevin Smith and see if we can have him throw a Smod bash, and you guys can do an early boxing match at the festival.
Blaine is going to be there, and Ginger. Those are the 3 that I know of off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Do all 3 of those overlap with yours?
Yes.
I knew about Ginger going. I actually recently hung out with Ginger and Voice of God Mike, which we'll talk about later in the podcast. How long are you in New Jersey again? Or that's where the festival is, yeah?
Yeah. So I'm there from, let's see, Wednesday to Tuesday, so 6 days.
Damn.
It's also my mom's birthday on Monday, so, the festival goes until Sunday. I decided to stay a couple extra days so I can go out to dinner, do a birthday dinner with my mom and my family, and then I fly back on Tuesday. But, I mean, any East Coast Puminati that are interested, there's still a couple tickets left. So,
really,
if you want to get that Second Coming of John Cooper theater experience, the tickets are only $10.
Not only that theater experience, but getting to watch it with 2 out of the 3 of us.
And at Kevin Smith's Film Festival. It's pretty fucking cool. If you live within driving distance.
And allegedly, the volcano and the sleeping bag are making the trip.
Oh boy.
Allegedly.
So you can check a lot of things off that list. You get to meet myself and Shuddy. You get to hit the sleeping bag. You get to see John Cooper in the theater. And you get to say you attended Kevin Smith's SModcastle Film Festival.
While we're at it, we can just add more check marks to their thing. They could also buy MSPH pins, Illuminati patches, and I have 3 of the 90s large t-shirts that I'm bringing with me that I'll also get rid of for dirt cheap to get them out of my goddamn house.
Man, Shuddy Boy is just setting up a fucking merch tent. He's going to be like Ozfest.
I'm going to do it out of the trunk of my Volkswagen.
Yeah, he's got his own booth at the SMod Festival.
Man, I am really pumped about this, but for anybody who is interested in seeing John Cooper in the theater, but you live in Southern California, I got some good news for you too. I can't say the name yet because I got the phone call before the notification date, but John Cooper got into another film festival, and the director of it called me and was like, do you think you could get people in a theater for a downtown LA screening? And I was like, I will fucking do my best. So anybody who lives in SoCal...
Counter question, do you think you can get people in a downtown theater to my movie? That's what you should have came with.
I don't even think I can.
How about you, Mr. Festival organizer? Can you get people there?
I mean, I hope there's some people that work for that festival that have some connections and will or maybe some people that just want to check out some indie films that work in LA are gonna come. I have no idea, but I think, I don't know for sure because I haven't gotten all the details yet. I was kind of hoping that guy would email me because he's like, yeah, I'll email you all the details, and then I haven't heard from him since. But I'm hoping it's a free screening. But this is one of those things where it'll look really, really good for me if I can put a lot of butts in seats. So if you are in the SoCal area and you're Puminati, this would be like the hugest help to me, is if people came out to this. It's sometime in December. I don't have the exact date yet, but it will be in like mid-December, downtown LA. And if you want to just scrounge up as many people as you can bring, pack the car, head over. Every filled seat just makes me and the movie look better. But, you know,
so now
I don't have all the details, so when I do, I can give you more specific stuff. But just putting that out there as a placeholder.
This is something that the cast should be helping bring people into also, right? Like,
I hope. Yeah, because, I mean, you know, there were people that worked on the movie that couldn't come to the premiere because they were, like, out of state working on other projects. So if I'm going to, you know, I have the whole cast and crew email list, so I'm going to hit everybody up again and just be like, hey, you know, if you want to come see the movie again, you want to come to this festival, you want to show support, fill some seats, please do. I'm going to ask the 3 friends that I have in SoCal to come. So we'll see. But
you should just make
when's the festival again
and paper them all over sometime in December.
Ooh, maybe my parents will be. Maybe my mom and her boyfriend will be in town for that.
It'll be
They're
before
in the middle of December.
It'll be before I fly back east for Christmas, but I don't know. Because he just asked if I was interested in a screening, and I said yes. So, like, I think the festival goes over the course of like 5 or 6 days or something. It's a long one, so fingers crossed. And I think it's going to have to fall on a weekday, so hopefully it's not during work hours because that would really fuck everything up. Can't really expect anybody to take a fucking day off to go see a movie. But I don't know, exciting shit.
Worth it.
Every festival that I get into, even if I don't win any awards, even if nothing comes of it, you get a set of laurels, and each one of those you get just looks that much more enticing to buyers. So I'm still waiting to hear back on, I think, 4 more festivals that the notification dates are just trickling in over the course of a the next couple months.
Did the SModcastle Film Festival release the nominations for the awards?
They did, Shuddy, and not good news for me.
My mistake.
Yeah, so thanks for asking that on the show. I'm kidding.
I can't imagine that they're showing anything funnier than The Second Coming of John Cooper.
Well, once they listed,
I'd boycott the festival if it wouldn't hurt you.
Once I saw the list of everything that was included in the festival, I just started doing research, and I saw like that there were, John Cooper's got a couple big names in it, but they're all very, very small parts and just essentially cameos. And there are a couple of movies in there that have, well-known actors in the leads. And when I saw that, I was like, oh, that could be trouble. That could be trouble. I even saw that some of them have like Kevin Smith regulars in it. Like Ming from Comic Book Men is in one of the movies. And I was like, oh, come on, that's cheating.
That's pandering for sure.
So
were they one of the movies nominated?
I think. I don't know. Once I saw John Cooper wasn't listed in them, I was just like, well, I'm going to go fucking drink a pint of butter and then chase it with Ben and Jerry's and sit in fetal position and have an existential crisis for 24 hours. And that is exactly what happened.
What kind of Ben and Jerry's eat?
I'm sorry to have brought that up then.
Well, it was one of those things where I was just like, I was so, like, having a golden movie on my fucking shelf would have just been, like, the coolest thing in the world. And once I saw that was like just like completely out of the running, I fucking spiraled. I was like in my room, like Carl was like, oh geez, I don't even know if I should go in there. I was like, I'm a fucking loser. I'm the biggest fucking piece of shit that ever walked this fucking earth. Let's just take out a life insurance policy on me and I'll go fucking jump off the roof of this building right now. That'll be the only good thing that my existence can contribute to the world.
Jesus,
terrible,
Kevin.
buddy.
But like I said, it was 24 hours. I got over it. My pity party ended, and then I just was like, well, got to just look to the future. I entered the film in a couple more festivals. I started working on more shit. I got a short that I'm almost finished writing that I'm going to direct and put together next. Bit of a departure. It's a horror thing. And I don't want to give it away yet, but I will say that it is essentially a story that you could probably find in one of the VHS movies. If you've ever heard of or seen one of those. It's like an anthology horror series where it's just like, it essentially hinges on somebody finding like old VHS tapes and then there's something supernatural and terrible on it.
Have you watched the VHS movies?
I have.
I went to my brother's house. They were watching, him and Bill and Cheech were watching, continuing their Halloween scary movie marathon thing, and they were watching one of the VHS movies. I don't remember which one, but the scene that I saw featured like a gun battle between a family and the cops. Do you know which one this is?
Don't, because there are 7 of them.
Yeah,
and each one has like five shorts in it.
Okay, yeah, it's fucking. It was the whole. I that was the only like story or one of the shorts that stood out to me, but the whole thing was like creepy and a little weird.
Yeah, they're good. They're
kind
good
of
flicks.
Unsettling.
I really like anthology movies, like obviously Creep Show. Trick or Treat.
Tales from the Hood?
Tales from the Hood fucking rules. I love that movie. After you suggested it and I watched it, I bought the Blu-ray of it because I was like, I want to watch this every year and I don't want to have to rely on it being streaming somewhere.
That's right. I put you onto that, right?
Yeah.
Man, that's hard for me to do. Horror, too?
I know.
I really got one.
Tales from the Hood is fucking sick, though. It's a really good horror anthology. I love it.
Yeah.
I think I've seen it like 3 times now.
No, it kicks ass.
But yeah, VHS. I think I like the first one the best because it felt like creepier and more raw and more found footage, and they've been a little. The most recent one that came out was more alien focused. Like pretty much every short focused on alien stuff, and I was like, all right, that's interesting. But yeah, so I
aliens are all the rage now. People keep seeing UFOs more and more recently.
But yeah, focusing on that has helped distract me from just fucking beating myself to death.
What is the goal with something like that? Like where does that go since it's not a feature?
So
like what is like? Obviously, a short is under feature length, which means under an hour, right?
Usually, a short is quantified as being under 40 minutes.
Under 40 minutes, okay. But these don't go out for wide release for possible movie deals, right?
No.
Like where does a short go?
So a lot of times what people use shorts for is to like showcase what they bring to the table. So there are like fuckloads of film festivals that are only shorts. Like they don't even accept features. And most film festivals also have a short component. So a lot of times what it does is if you have a short that's a hit, it could attract the attention of a studio exec or, a rep, something of that nature. Like a lot of first-time filmmakers get their gigs because they had a successful short. A lot of people transition out of doing music videos into being feature directors. Like I just watched some movie on Netflix last night with Carl that was fucking awesome, which I'll review later. And it was this guy's first feature, and he was a short director before that. So he made a bunch of shorts. People saw like potential in them, and he got a $2.5 million budget, made a fucking kick-ass film with it, and then sold it to Netflix for $17 million. So I don't know. Like I don't even like it. It could even be where, I mean, I don't know how long the finished product would be, but it is a fitting story for a VHS. So who knows if they keep making them? Maybe I could be like, hey, put this in your next one, or someone will see it and be like, hey, redo that with like more money and make it longer, maybe, and then it can be a part of something.
It's more of a. To put it in simplistic terms, it's sort of like a portfolio piece in one aspect, and also maybe like a proof of concept in another that it could turn into. If someone saw, if a studio exec for Fox, just using them, saw it and said, that's really fucking good, let's hire him to make that into feature length.
Yeah.
And it could go from there.
I mean, this has zero chance of being a feature. Like it would only work as a short. But like, yeah, a lot of people do. I mean, Saw started as a short, and then a year later it was a feature, and now it's just like a fucking mega franchise. So I
didn't know that Saw started its life out as a short.
It's pretty much just like shooting your shot, like. Because, a lot of times it costs money to make them. So you're kind of just like buying a very expensive lottery ticket. But, I will definitely keep people up to speed with what's happening with the LA festival. And let's see.
Hey, don't get down on yourself, buddy. Your movie's fucking hilarious. Hopefully it gets sold soon, but I'm sure it'll get a good response at the SModfest. That's what's called SModfest.
SModcastle Film Festival.
SModcastle Film Festival. Excuse me.
SModcastle
Film Festival. I'm sure it'll get a great response. I wish I could be there, hang out with.
So now, what happens when Saturday, after it's shown after the festival, and Kevin Smith comes up to you and hands you a check and says, I'd like to buy your movie? How does that impact the film festival in LA and then the other ones you've applied to?
And then after he hands me that check, Cheryl Teagues just pops out of a dumpster and gives me a rusty trombone in front of everybody.
I just don't understand why you just always go to the Cheryl Teagues well. Out of like all the supermodels that were around when we were kids, you go to the one that's like the generation before us. Like not Cindy Crawford, not Kathy Ireland. You go Cheryl Teagues.
I have very specific taste, Shuddy Boy. Don't fucking kink shame me. I mean,
he likes old chicks.
I did talk to my producer about that because I was like, what if in the meantime, while we're submitting to all these festivals and stuff, if we do get a buyer that just pops up out of nowhere, would I have to then withdraw from all these festivals? And he's like, no, actually people would probably be pumped that word would be getting out. So, I mean, all it would do would be a chance to get some laurels, which look good in a trailer and on a poster, and
you would have another a title card would probably have to be added to the submission, right?
Maybe, yeah. If it gets like acquired, they would have to recut the movie with another title card in it. But you know, that's easy shit.
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
But who gives a flying fuck about me? Geoff, we got to talk about your trip.
Is that an alien face hugger? What is that on the headboard that looks sort of like a worm with a scary face?
It frightens me.
It is an alien face hugger.
Oh, God. That's what I feared.
My lady is really into the Alien franchise. She even
wore,
mine. I think she... Go figure. We went paintballing Saturday. 3 of us in our party, Voice of God, Mike, Ginger, and myself, wore tracksuits, and my lady wore an alien jumpsuit.
So okay, a paintball course, you get fucking ridiculously filthy. I mean, you were okay putting your tracksuit through that abuse? Because I know it's your tracksuit era, but you only have
last
one.
week about him purchasing a lower end tracksuit for this excursion.
Oh, did you get a burner? Did you use your burner?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I used
Ginger and Mike go buy burner tracksuits together beforehand?
No, we all bought ours off of Amazon, which was a mistake. I should have bought one for all of us, so we all had the same tracksuit, or we should have
at least coordinated.
Yeah, I should have coordinated to have same tracksuit, maybe different colors, but same style, or just all the same and different, in our own sizes.
Or getting them all embossed. Get like the Paintball Boys with a Z emblazoned across the back of it.
Have you guys ever seen that old Rob Corddry movie Blackballed?
Yeah.
Oh, I fucking love that.
Yeah, it's funny.
It's a mockumentary where he is a professional paintball player, and there's a scandal that he gets caught in a competition wiping paint off of him to try and stay in, and he gets blackballed from the community, and it's his attempt to make a comeback.
Yeah, that sounds pretty funny, actually. Rob Corddry, MSPH alum.
Rob Corddry, Rob Hubel, like all of the guys that he used to roll with back.
Also, the second coming of John Cooper alum.
Oh, yeah. Of course. Yeah, you guys will see him. Whoever goes to the SModcastle Film Festival will see a Rob Corddry appearance.
And I just looked it up.
In the film.
Blackballed.
Right. At Shuddy's date, too.
Blackballed, the Bobby Duke story, is streaming on Tubi.
The Bobby Duke story. I should be fucking blackballed from paintball. I fucking suck.
You did say that. You said you were really bad at it.
Yeah, dude. It was pretty much like me playing Fortnite, but in real life.
So were you just spinning around in circles, shooting the floor?
I might as well have been. I was just an easy fucking kill out there. They actually had a rule like, please don't shoot up in the air. And I was just like thinking, oh, damn it, that's like one of my moves.
Also, please don't throw a grenade at your own feet.
They had a rule about smoke grenades and paint grenades. I was like, wait, that's fucking you can get a paint grenade in this fucking thing.
I told you that. Yeah, it's basically what they do, because I've seen them, is they like you pull the thing and you throw it, and then it just like squeezes paint out in like a sprinkler kind of fashion all over the place.
I think I would have been much better throwing paintballs than shooting them.
What if you snuck up behind somebody, like took them hostage, and you bit like the side of the paintball and like held it up to their face, and you're like, "Don't come any closer, or I'll squeeze it." Like if you squeeze the paint out and it shot on them, are they eliminated? Because that's kind of the same as the paint grenade.
I would say yes.
Paint out of a hose. Oh,
yeah,
you should do that.
But I also
don't
think that would have like worked, because had I had been on the person's team who'd gotten caught, I would have just shot both of them and not thought about it.
So you said you were really bad. Did you eliminate anybody? Did you actually shoot another human?
Yeah, Geoff, what was your kill death ratio?
I would say 5 deaths in 6 deaths in 4 games, and at best 1 kill. And I don't really.
Really? You might have gone that whole the whole day without shooting a single person?
Yes. Yeah, probably. Yeah.
How did you die 6 times in 4 games, though?
Because 2 of the games had respawns.
Oh, okay.
You go back to the beginning of the map, or a certain place in the map, and you can run back out there.
You went to the place that has a Nuketown, which is like an old Call of Duty multiplayer map. Terrible place. I got lit up in that motherfucker. I think I got hit in the neck and 4 times in the back, dude. I was so Nuketown, for those of you who don't know, there's a base. There's 2 bases, one on each side of the map, and then there's a school bus in the middle and a bunch of little like objects, walls, cars, like in the middle, obstacles that you can hide behind and shoot behind. And for the Nuketown map, we played this game. I don't forget what it was called. It's kind of like a capture the flag. There was like 3 or 4 different chests that you have to pick up and put in front of your home base to collect points, and the team with the most points at the end of the 15 minutes wins. And judging by the screaming that happened at the end of the game, apparently my team won. I did nothing besides get shot.
In the neck and in the back. Was this a respawn map, or did that all happen?
No, it was a respawn. It was a respawn map. So I took 1 in the neck and then came back. No, I took 4 in the back, came back, and took 1 in the neck.
How bad did the neck one hurt?
Actually, not as bad as the 4 in the back that I took, which doesn't make sense.
No, because like sometimes you like.
Well, it depends. I got hit in the neck twice, but the ones in the Nuketown.
Because I mean,
that one hurt.
If you get shot like from a foot away, that paintball's traveling fast. But like from
200 miles per hour.
From a distance, they lose speed, and if you get hit by one of those, they don't hurt as bad. But if you get hit in the neck up close, I'm imagining that is no fucking picnic.
So I've never been paintballing. Like, do you have to sit through like a safety course before they let you out on the grounds, or is it kind of just like going to a ski resort where you really can just go right into the fray without any knowledge of what you're supposed to be doing to stay safe?
Okay, so a little bit of both, mostly the latter, I guess. The safety course that I thought you were referring to is more just like the rules at the beginning. It wasn't really a safety. It wasn't really a tutorial. It's things that you shouldn't be doing. Like, again, my favorite move, shooting up in the air.
Because it's wild to me that going to ski resorts, and most especially when we went to Big Snow, that they just let anybody go without even knowing how to be on a pair of skis or a snowboard, and they just whatever little waiver you sign is apparently enough to get them out of any liability for letting people who shouldn't be there be there. So yeah, I guess that's it.
I
just
mean,
point and shoot, right?
Or just like don't take your mask off, right? I'm sure they hammered that one home.
Oh yeah. Don't take your mask off, or you're going to be. I think you get thrown out without refund for taking your mask off. They had, what are the other rules? No shooting within 10 feet of someone, like 10-foot automatic surrender rule.
Oh, which, boo.
Yeah, don't worry. I don't think people followed it. I mean,
good.
I felt like I got hit with a couple close ones, and
Geoff would see somebody and would go running to close that gap so he was within 10 feet, and they'd shoot him anyway.
Dude, if I honestly I was pretty angry about several things at the end, specifically my performance, and also about like the fucking school shooter versions that were playing in the beginning, the beginners levels that were essentially paintball assassins. But one of them wasn't the 10-foot surrender rule, because had I gotten within 10 feet of someone without them noticing, I would have lit them the fuck up. So if someone did that to me, it's all good. I don't mind that at all.
So early on, you played against a whole bunch of team of Bobby Dukes?
I mean, throughout it, there's Bobby. I mean, there's people in like fucking tactical gear. It's like, are you fucking serious, dude?
Yeah, I feel like I'm just picturing it playing out like that like old Family Guy cutaway when he's in Vietnam and he's walking with all the army guys, but he's in a clown outfit and he's like, "You guys are idiots. They're going to be looking for army guys." Like,
that's pretty much me in my tracksuit.
Geoff shows up in a tracksuit. Everybody else is in fucking camo. He's like, "Oh, wait a second. What? Hey, do they make camo tracksuits?"
Was your tracksuit?
It was fucking gray. Had no camouflage whatsoever.
Shuddy, do you want to give me a screen share and you can see some of Geoff in action?
Yes. Oh no, I'm not sharing. Hold on.
Did Ginger take videos?
He did.
Dude, that's awesome. One of the fucking black guys we played with did a fucking like Instagram live while we're paintballing, and I don't think he got any kills. Like, he sucked. It was kind of hard. I was like, damn, dude, you came up from the south side with some paintball. You're practicing your urban warfare out here. This is a trip, dude.
All right, so
it was either Instagram live or he was FaceTiming someone, but either way, he was streaming it and shooting his gun. It was like, what the fuck?
For anybody who watches on YouTube or would like to see this, you can go to youtube.com/MadScientistPartyHour. All right,
this has to be our most viewed YouTube video ever. Oh, God.
Here's some of Geoff in action.
There's me after getting shot 4 times in the back.
In his gray tracksuit, blending in with the fence nicely. He's peeking around the corner.
Dude, Dude, yeah, you see that thing, that paintball that just ricocheted off the building?
I didn't. Hold on.
Go back real quick. Oh, all right. Well, whatever. All right, so you missed it, but there's a paintball that ricochets off the building. I thought I was being clever here, and I realized that I was not at all. Like, they were looking for people in that spot.
Guys will never see me from around this fence.
All the paint on the wall at that exact spot would be an indication that is a spot where lots of fucking shootouts happen.
Go back a little bit more.
You, like, look.
You'll see like a paintball ricochet off the wall behind me.
I kept watching you and your tactics, so I'll watch the wall this time.
You'll see. Hold on. It should.
Who's that standing next to you?
I have no idea. It's someone on my team. Oh, whatever. I can't see it. So I guess stop going back. I don't know. I fucked it up. But I thought this was clever, and it was not. And I got hit in the hand. Yeah, there's me getting shot in the hand.
Wait, it's you. Hold on, listen. Is that the guy live streaming, by the way?
Maybe.
You hear him?
I'm getting that box on my bro. I almost just fucking hit him.
I don't know who that is.
Where you at, Tom? Where you at? Fucking ladybugs. God damn.
To get shot in the fucking hand. Yeah, there's me not even looking. I'm just firing.
Yeah, now Ginger.
No, I guess it's Ginger.
Ginger was doing like
hold on, you see that mark right there on the back of my arm?
Yeah, like here?
Yeah, that hurt so bad, and it still has a welt and still hurts.
Oh, yeah.
Is it bruised?
Yeah, I got hit in the fucking forehead in a game, which honestly pissed me off. I don't even really get it because I'm wearing a mask.
Wait, so hit in the did it hit the mask of your forehead, or did it somehow thread the needle and hit you in the skin?
I think it somehow threaded the needle. I had a decent sized knot on top of my head. Ow! But the way, so that was a team deathmatch that we played towards the end of the day. Ow. And we line up on two sides of the map. And the way, so I was running to where my left side would have been facing where they would be coming from. And I got hit on the right side of my head within like 2 minutes of playing the game. So like, I don't know. I don't even know how that shot is possible, to be honest. It doesn't even make sense to me.
Yeah, I mean,
like either someone was like went off the map really, really fast, or I don't know.
I mean, it could also be just the way that you're like tilting your head, like if you were like looking down.
No, dude. Someone hit me from the right side. It was like back and to the left, back and like we know where the bullet came from. Like, what the
fuck? Yeah, we're watching Geoff's Zapruder film.
So, dude, it's on that Nuketown. I go into like our base, and I'm like looking to make a move because I can't shoot anyone. Maybe I can get lucky. I see one of the chests and I can pick it up, bring it to my base and provide some sort of value for my team instead of just being an easy kill for everyone else. So I go in the house, I shoot through the window. I don't see anyone. I like run to the obstacle in front of the house, like 5 feet in front of the house. I'm hiding. No shots are coming like by my obstacle. And I'm like, all right, I'm good here. I get up. I just fire random shots like into the fucking school bus and around the school bus. I don't see anyone. I'm like, all right, cool. I hide back down for a second. And like, I know when I get up and run that there's a chance someone's going to shoot at me, even though I saw that the coast was clear. So I get up and try to run to the house, which again is 5 feet away, and it felt like everyone from the other team shot me. It was fucking brutal. I don't even know. I seriously got hit 4 or 5 times, and I don't know who could have. Again, it felt like everyone from the other team shot me, and it was like, what the fuck? Like I looked to make sure no one was standing there.
I mean, like I did a stunt 20 years ago. We went into the woods. And I had my buddies who all were like paintball guys bring their paintball guns. And I was like, we're just going to do a firing squad, a paintball firing squad. So I stood there and I kept my back to them because we didn't have anything to like protect my face. So I was like, all right, just light up my back. And I was prepared to just like grit my teeth and tough it out for as long as I possibly could. And my buddy Eggy, like, we watched the footage back. The first 3 or 4 shots he fired all hit the same exact spot. And I'm like, yeah! And I lost it. I was like, that's it. Like, I wanted to go way longer. But 3 direct shots in the same place. Like, it broke the skin. I had this massive welt. It was super swollen. And, like, you know, other people were firing at me, too. So I got lit up all over the place. But I felt like a real bitch because I didn't last as long as I thought I could. But yeah, when like getting shot once sucks. But like if there's multiple people firing at you at the same time and like you can't get the words "I'm out" quick enough for them to stop shooting you, Those 4 or 5 rapid fire shots fucking suck.
Dude, I never once said I was out. I forgot to do that. Like towards the end when I got hit, I would like wave my hand. I'm like, all right, I'm good here. But I never like.
I forgot the safe word.
Yeah, I would just like, I would get plugged like 3 times, like, ugh.
Cantaloupe.
Oh man, yeah. But so I felt like I got shot by the whole team, but that kind of gets back to the whole school shooter virgin paintball player. So you're not supposed to like what they say is walk the trigger, or you know what I mean, which is like
you do
triple tap
the twinkle fingers.
It's supposed to just be like semi-automatic, not automatic. And some people had like automatic like paintball guns.
Yeah.
So I don't think I got hit by multiple people. I think I got
it was just one
hit
virgin?
by one guy. Yeah, one fucking virgin just lit my dumb ass up.
Jazz fingers.
I don't know. Like I'm cool with like the 10-foot surrender, like ignoring that rule. I'm cool with that. But like I think it's some real that's not fair. But I was gonna say I think it's some real bitch shit to be playing with like beginners, but come to find out right before paintball, Ginger, of course, is a fucking national champion college paintball player. Yeah. And it was just like, what the fuck, dude? Like,
yeah, I know he hasn't played in a while, but he just from the stories he's told me, he's pretty nasty.
Yeah. It didn't seem like he was like either at the peak of his powers or abusing the people. You know, it seemed like he was kind of going at a slower pace.
He didn't bring his paintball Gatling gun?
No. Dude, we were at Nuketown, and after I'd respawn, I go back to like his position. He's like on his knees behind a pole, like firing. And like I'm like behind like a wall, but like he knows I'm behind him, and he's like, "Hey, dude, you want to take the spot?" I'm just like, "Fuck that, dude!" Like I am not trying to hide my fat ass behind a pole and just shoot around it.
You're like Tom Arnold in True Lies. He hides behind that lamppost.
Yeah, they can't see me, can they? Like, he's all like, "Dude, you want the spot?" Like, well, no, fuck that, Ginger. I do not want to stand there.
Well, I mean, another thing. So, like, they're not supposed to be using those like flutter finger, like
walk the trigger, or whatever they call it,
hair trigger firing mechanisms, and people are probably using that anyway. But another thing that people aren't supposed to do is there's supposed to be like a limit on the velocity. So I feel like when I was a kid and would do paintball trips in bing bong school, they always, like, before you entered the course, they would do like a velocity test, and if your paintballs were shooting out too quick, they would turn it down.
Okay, yeah, they didn't do that at the fucking at the paintball place that I was at.
And if people want to be real fucking evil, they'll freeze their paintball, so when they hit you, it's like marbles.
Yeah, dude. I'm fighting someone if that happens. Fuck that,
dude. The fucking tracksuit's coming off.
Those things fucking hurt.
Yeah, dude.
I knew it could hurt. I don't know. I got like different responses. I think Ginger or Mike were like, "Nah, dude, it's not that bad." Unless you get shot up close. It felt like I got shot up close several times.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
Yeah, dude, I was really feeling myself because we won the first game, which was fucking bullshit. By the way, it was like I forget what the mission was called, but one team defends a house and the other team has to like take the house or whatever. I don't know, like the base or whatever, protect the base. But the people who protected the base, the only way you were eliminated was if you got shot in the head. But the people storming the base, you could shoot them anywhere. And I was one of the people protecting the base, and it felt unfair. I mean, we got a win, but it was bullshit.
No.
Because I mean, like you can hide, like it's a house kind of, so like you can hide behind a window, and like you're playing beginner level paintball. Like who's shooting a fucking head in a window, right? Like it didn't feel like it was fair for that team, but whatever. I needed a win. I felt, and I didn't get hit the first game, So I felt like I was I was like, all right, cool, I got this. And it was just downhill from there.
Well, how many people in your crew that you rolled up with? So it was you,
6 of us. Wait.
You, Ginger, Deep Voice Mike, your lady, and then 2 more people?
My lady's sister and her boyfriend.
How many other were, not like the people on the other team with the Flutterfinger guns, but how many people were paintball virgins other than you?
It's tough to tell. There was a couple, a black couple, and I felt pretty strongly that the woman was a paintball virgin. Not new to paintball, not a school shooter virgin.
Who was,
and there was like a couple little kids who actually may have been experienced. I don't even know.
No, like in your group, like has your lady played paintball before?
No.
Wait, who suggested this then?
My lady.
Oh, okay.
Her dumbass.
She's just down for trying some new shit. I respect that.
Yeah, that's the cool thing about her. I mean, hold on. There's many cool things about her.
Yeah, you're on her turf, Geoff. You have to be careful what you say.
Oh no, there's a listening device in the face hugger, and this is being recorded.
No, yeah, she's adventurous and she'd been wanting to try this place out, and it was like in between where she lives and where Ginger lives. So she threw it out there, and Ginger and Mike were down, and then her sister and her boyfriend also came along. And we've talked about this, but my lady's a bit of a Viking, you know?
Yeah.
Like she's a former D1 athlete. She's not, I mean, you know, she's a chick, but she's harder than most chicks. Dog, her sister, it was her sister and like 3 black guys were the only people wearing fucking t-shirts at the paint. Her sister played paintball in a t-shirt. It was the hardest shit that I saw in the entire paintball venue. It was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, Corny, you are a savage. Like, what the fuck? Never played before. So that's what Kelsey was telling me, is like, some of it's her being a badass, and a lot of it's just like her being absent-minded and like not kind of realize when she was getting into. But it was hard, dude. You just had some hooded ass black dudes tatted up and fucking this little white girl with a t-shirt. It was like, oh my God, Courtney, you badass. She got hit in the fucking neck in the first game.
Oh, was it worse than yours?
Yeah, she had like a fucking welt on there, and like there was no quitting her. She's like, all right, we're good. Let's get back out there. It's like, oh my God. Yeah.
I mean, when I used to play, I remember one time, and this wasn't on purpose, because, you know, I always played with those beater guns that they give you at the pro shop, like the loaners, which are essentially they're terrible. They're like fucking paintball muskets.
Dude, I had a limp dick paintball gun. Like my fucking paintball gun, the barrel would get like unscrewed. I have to screw it on like after I shoot around. It was fucking bullshit,
and then,
dude.
Then you get the ones where like when you shoot them, they do like a wanted curved bullet through the air, so they don't even go at what you're shooting at. Like I had one time where the paintballs were fucking exploding inside the barrel. Like the propulsion to shoot them out of the gun was making them pop, and I'm like, the fuck am I supposed to do with this?
But you also might have gotten like old paintballs or like heated up paintballs. Like that's like true, one of the things they talked about in at like the paintball place, and it was something that Ginger mentioned. Like if you get bad paintballs or old paintballs, it'll like gunk up the gun and the barrel.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean there's a lot of shit that can fuck you over for a first timer. But holy shit, like not knowing that like exposed skin is going to hurt so much more than just a shirt. Like I used to layer up. I would wear like 2 t-shirts just to help soften the blow.
Yeah, dude, 1 t-shirt just out there.
That's
like, I was like, oh my God.
And I one time accidentally shot this girl in the titty. And she was like, my titty! I'm out!
My lady got shot in both her tits.
Oh!
Which is intentional, right? That feels intentional. Like I think it was in the same game. She got hit in each tit. Dude, it was brutal.
So being that it was
massacred, we sucked.
Being that it was her idea, how did she walk away from the experience? Was she like, that was fun, I'm glad we did it, I'm going to do this again in the future? Or was it kind of like a one and done? Like, all right, I checked that off my list of things I've done in life and I never need to revisit.
Yeah.
Did she leave there with Kevin's plan for rock climbing? Or did she leave there with Kevin's execution of rock climbing?
Yeah, it would be Kevin's execution of rock climbing. It was fun and she was happy to do it. But like there was no, oh, let's get a membership or let's do this again. And I really wasn't into it. They kept wanting to play and I never was like, nah, I don't want to play. Like, I'm not going to pussy out. Like especially if my lady's sister's out there with the short sleeves, like, hey, let's go back out there. I'm like, all right, fuck, yeah. I'll go out there as many times as you want, I guess. But like I could have easily left after the third game and we played like 6 or 7. But if after the third game, people are like, hey, you guys want to go get a beer? I'm like, fuck yes. Yes. I want to go leave right now.
Do you pay by the game or for a specific length of time?
I think you just pay. It was $70 a person that included a gun and included, I think, 500 paintballs. But I don't think there was a time limit. Like we were there for like 3 or 4 hours. Like the first 45 minutes, we just stood there doing nothing. We didn't even know how to get into a game.
Oh.
So you can just play an infinite amount of time. You can just hop from game to game. It's not like laser tag where you have to pay for individual games.
No, you can just hop from game to game.
I tell you what, you should actually try laser tag next time because it's same shit without the pain.
Laser tag's cool. I did that. That was like one of the things we did in Galoopi's bachelor party up in Montreal. We did laser tag for a couple hours, and it was cool. Much better than the paintball shit.
That might be if the timing works out. If like a decent amount of Puminati express interest in coming to the L.A. screening of John Cooper, maybe we could like bookend it with some laser tag or some fun group thing. I don't know. Maybe that's the dumbest thing I've ever said. Never mind. Whatever.
Dude, it felt like I kept getting... Like, there was a decent amount of diversity at this paintball place, which, I love.
You'll have to remember to thank everybody for that on Thanksgiving.
I will.
Put that in your prayer.
I went paintballing.
At paintball.
I saw a black guy. It was awesome.
There would be some school shooters, and there was, a group of black dudes, and the group there's oddly enough there's a bunch of Mexicans in Chicago, so there's a bunch of there was Mexicans, and I felt like we kept getting partnered up with the black people, and it was like us versus the cartel and the school shooters, and we could not win. We had no chance. I think I didn't say this to them. I said this to Ginger and my girl. I was like, I think we'd be better off in an urban warfare setting, not with all these fucking trees. Dude, we stood no chance out there. I would be standing behind a wall with another with a black guy, and it was out of a movie. They would just run into the middle of the street and start firing and get lit up.
Yeah.
So they were behind the wall.
They were taking the Schwarzenegger and Commando route. I'm just standing out the open back.
They would look, they wouldn't see anyone, and then they run out there and just start firing, and then they would get hit. It was just it was something that I would have done had I not just witnessed it fail.
Man, well,
they would just drop their M bombs. Like, all right, bet I'll get that back. They come back and not get it back at all.
How did Ginger and Deep Voice Mike do?
I think Ginger was fine out there. He composed himself. I don't think Ginger counted his kills, but I don't think any one of us did very good.
No.
I think Mike went paintballing once. Kelsey's sister and her boyfriend never went paintballing before. Me and Kelsey were paintball virgins, so our whole fucking team sucked, and I feel bad for the teams that the people we got teamed with. Kind of. I mean,
Were they better than you guys, or were they on the same? Was it the same kind of?
Again, based on some of what I saw, they weren't much better.
Okay, so then why do you feel bad for them?
I don't know. Maybe they were hoping, like we were, like, hey, hopefully get partnered up with some good people, and none of us were good. Plus, like, maybe I'm just being reverse racist, but I feel like I look like someone who should be good at paintball.
I don't think you do.
Yeah, I don't. Based on what you were wearing, I don't think anybody looked at you and thought that.
That's true. Yeah, no, that's true. Especially when I'm going against people with, dude. There's people with fucking like army camouflage. Like, are you fucking serious, dude?
I mean,
bitch.
I don't know why, but when I was in high school, I did have camo pants. So I did have like some camo gear that I would rock to paintball matches.
I mean, maybe
I don't know
it's
how much
cool
it
that
helped.
maybe I'm being a dick. I
mean, I wasn't great at it, but I did always have fun. It felt like, playing a real life video game with some somewhat real consequences where you are in considerable pain if you lose.
Yeah, I had no faith in my gun. Like, I found out after the first game that like my gun barrel would just unscrew, and like I'd have a limp dick gun that would just pretty much shoot bullets wherever, and then I have to twist it. So I just like...
You couldn't get a replacement in between games? Be like, hey, I got a bunk gun?
I didn't think of that. Yeah, I probably should have. I just complained about it. I was just angry. Like, what the fuck is wrong with my gun?
The fucking silence when Kevin finished that sentence. You didn't have to answer, Geoff. We all knew what the answer was coming.
That was literally the first time that idea has ever been brought up. Like, wait a second. Another gun.
I could have done that.
It would have been a short trip, too. It was right next to the Gatorade stand. I should have done that, yeah.
I will say my least favorite part of paintball, and that includes getting shot, was the face mask fogging up. Did you have that problem?
No, not really. I guess I was lucky in that sense.
That used to happen.
But I know what you're
real
talking
bad
about.
to the point where like a match would start and then it would like my breathing and it would instantly fog it up, and I'm like, well, I can't fucking see. So what is even the point of continuing here? And I can't take my mask off. So I was
Some people complained about that. It wasn't an issue that I had, though.
That was always the worst for me. So what was the rest of your trip to Chicago like?
Well, I'm still here right now for a few days. I'm going to go to... Right. I'm outside of Chicago. My lady's really beautiful home and neighborhood. It's an affluent bitch. But we're going to go to downtown Chicago Friday. She got a reservation to a restaurant that also does Peking duck, and it's well reviewed Peking duck. So I get to compare that to Carl's place. And then we're gonna just party in Chicago that night. But it's game 1 of the World Series, which the Yankees are in. So we're gonna watch the World Series, go to a rooftop bar, just party.
Who else is in the World Series?
Yankees Dodgers, dude.
Oh shit!
It's huge. It's going to be huge for baseball ratings.
Kevin.
Yeah, I'm your son, Shuddy.
Let's talk us out of this one. Yeah. So
good one, Dad.
What else did I do though? And this week, we both got to work, so we're just chilling at her place. She's got like a whole like menu for each day. Tonight we're eating coffee rubbed fillets, scallops, and
we talked about that in
twice baked potatoes.
We've talked about coffee rubbed proteins in Crafter Geoff before.
Yeah,
I'm excited to hear a report back on that.
I've had coffee rubbed steak before, and it's bomb. I mean, it was once like 13, 14 years ago at this point, so I can't wait to try my ladies, but we had seafood paella last night. That was delicious. First time I ever had paella. I also...
Have you done any restaurant moves since you've been out there?
How much did she need to coach you through how to say paella? I feel like that's...
I mean, she didn't coach me. I said it wrong several times until I finally learned it.
Palilo.
I mean, you know I Geoff that word early on. I'm not running from that. I'm not running from that.
You said it very confidently and very. I was like, I wonder how much he had to work on that to get paella out because that's one of those words that looks. I feel like you would say it like paella if you saw it spelled out.
That's actually
Geoff it
not
up.
how I've mispronounced it. Because I know the double L's in Spanish are pronounced in a specific way, but
we're gonna go out to dinner and have some fucking pee hole.
we went to
Paella,
this restaurant after Paintball called Port Edward. It's got like a nautical theme to it, but we ate outside, so I didn't get it's overlooking the river or next to the river, but I didn't see like the nautical shit inside the restaurant actually. We went to this place, DC Cobb's, which I think is pretty like popular, and there's franchises out here in the Chicago area before Paintball, which no one really enjoyed. That was kind of a dud. But I brought this up before. I went to Culver's for the first time yesterday, and I went to Culver's for the second time last night.
So I'm guessing you enjoyed it.
Fuck, dude, it's great. It's great. It might be the best. It might be the best fast food. It might be.
What?
I don't know.
Better than In-N-Out? Better than Five Guys?
Probably.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's serious.
In-N-Out's tough because In-N-Out, and I say this with the utmost respect, obviously, and this is a credit to In-N-Out, but if you've had one In-N-Out burger, you've pretty much had them all. And what I mean by that is you just never have a bad In-N-Out experience. Like, they're always always good.
They also have a very limited menu. It's burgers, fries, drinks, and shakes.
Yeah, and they're all about like we're just going to perfect what we do, and they do. They actually do. Like if you get one fast, like it's not the same with McDonald's. Like you'll have shitty McDonald's trips, and you all kind of know what that looks like. But I've never heard of anyone or personally had a bad In-N-Out trip. Like it is just as good every time. But so I don't know. I can't speak to Culver's consistency, obviously, but I had their limited edition Curder burger last night, which is...
Oh, my God. A burger with cheese curds?
Yeah, but it's just one cheese curd patty.
Oh!
And it's fucking great. It's fucking great. And they have like smash butter burgers there. Like that's how they do their burgers.
They cook them in butter?
And... yeah.
Jesus Christ. That does sound delicious.
It's Midwest through and through. And they do like frozen custard and like custard milkshakes.
I fuck with that.
Custard pints. So I got this thing called the concrete mixer with chocolate custard, salted caramel, and brownie bits.
Whoa.
Holy shit. And yeah, they have like...
I think I just gizzed.
They have... So for these concrete mixers, you can pick 2 toppings, and they have like 30 different toppings. So like, I'm trying to go back tonight. I want to try a bunch of these different fucking things.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard.
It's a bummer they don't have them in California, and there's not a lot of fast food spots that aren't in California. It's pretty.
I know, that's a weird move.
Like they even have another one that's famous out here. I don't know if have you ever heard of Portillo's?
That sounds familiar, but I don't really know anything about it.
It's a Chicago hot dog place, Chicago Italian beef. I think they do burgers and other stuff. And they actually have one in Orange County that I've been to, and it's owned by the same company. They just sent one out in Orange County, and it's delicious. I'm just surprised that there's no Culver's out here. Maybe they're like the same with In-N-Out, where they're all fucking weird about it. Like In-N-Out's only it's California, Nevada. I think there's one in Texas now, Arizona. It might be it, right? I think that's it. Maybe Oregon. I think it's only in 5 states is what I'm getting at. So maybe Culver's got some sort of deal where they don't go to New York and they don't go to California. They just stay in the middle of the country. But it's fucking bomb.
So have you gone to any non-fast food restaurants out in the Chicago area?
Well, I told you the spot we went to after paintball, and the spot we went to before paintball. I guess the one before paintball is a bar, but there is several locations, so that's a franchise spot. I guess I'm stalling because not really. No, I haven't. I mean, again, my lady she's a fucking awesome cook.
Yeah.
So she's got like a whole menu prepared for the rest of the week. So if we don't go out and get like something that I can't eat in California, I'm just going to eat her cooking, and I'm like pretty happy with that.
Nice. Well,
yeah. And we went to this place after dinner, me, my lady Ginger, and Mike, this brewery, Scorched Earth, which is it was fucking cool. They had live music, they had food trucks, they had pinball machines, they had a big beer selection. But we just chilled and had a couple beers. We just left dinner, so we didn't get any food. The cover band was cool, but so that it was called Scorched Earth. That was pretty sweet. But yeah, that's pretty much my trip so far, and I still have like 4 or 5 days.
Oh dang.
4.
Oh dang. Well,
I mean, I like it out here. My lady's setup is really nice. Her neighborhood's cool. And like I was under the impression that it was going to be like this place is going to be a little more rural than it is, but no, they got Wingstop down the street. We're good. Got Wingstop. They got Culver's.
there is society here. Wingstop.
They got dispensaries. Like they got a whole bunch of shit out here. It's cool.
How are the dispensaries? Like it's like LA. You can just go in if you're 21 and over.
Yeah. There's actually like maybe 3 or 4 within like a half an hour of her place. And like I think there's a lot of driving around here. Like people are, it's not a city, so people are more used to driving like 30, 40 minutes to go places.
What about like, so is there a good variety of, because I feel like a lot of places that aren't California that are starting to warm up to weed and being more chill, they'll like, they'll have, like you can just buy bud and that's about it. Or like tincture, but like, I don't know, some places are starting to get a little bit more cool and they'll sell wax and pre-rolls and edibles and other cool fun shit. Do they have any fun shit or is it just straight up nuggets?
Well, I went to the dispensary. I forget what it was called. And I just wanted to get pre-rolls, and I was just hoping that they would have pre-rolls because I don't have any, marijuana paraphernalia here.
Yeah.
So I just wanted something that I could just, pull out of a pack and smoke. But it was pretty much just like a nice California dispensary. Man, they had pre-rolls, they had wax, they had bud, they had gummies, they had edibles, all sorts of shit.
As the way it should be.
It was really nice. Yeah, it was cool. And I mean, because it's rec, it's like it's a chill marijuana spot, right? Like no one's tripping about it or anything like that. It's not weird. So, I mean, obviously, I got wax infused pre-rolls, but obviously the weed's not as good as California, but I can't like hold that against anyone else. Like that's, what can you do? It's like saying the Mexican food's better in California. It's like, well, yeah.
No shit.
I mean, yeah.
What's up, Shuddy? You look like you were trying to say something.
I was just going to say, I like that Geoff just wouldn't go to say that Mexican food was better in Mexico. I don't know. I
haven't really been to Mexico.
That's fair. That's a fair.
Well, I went to Cancun, but it was only on a resort, as you guys remember and know. Yeah. My brother was in the Mexican Napa Valley last weekend with his lady, Puerto de Vallarta, I think it's called. And like he goes vacationing with her in Mexico kind of regularly. They went to like a castle, or they went to a wedding in Mexico a couple months ago. That was like literally at a fucking castle. Like, this couple got a wedding venue and a place to stay for all their guests, and the wedding was in a castle. And
damn,
the whole like reception stuff was like on this compound, and it had like mini castles on it supposedly. Chistora con Patata. Yeah,
that was the name of the castle.
Ibericos? Chicago land so far is pretty cool.
Nice.
I mean, I've been to Chicago, downtown Chicago 3 times, and it's a fucking spectacular city. So
nice.
Good people, good food. I'm pumped.
I did want to give a quick shout out to an MSPH homie in Josh Richmond, who just released a mobile game that he has been developing. So he like came over one time and let me mess around with like an early beta of it. It's like a almost like a card like sort of strategy type game, but it's pretty fucking cool. It's called Doomsday, a mad science game. So I was like, oh, that's close to being one of the coolest names ever.
Yeah.
And it's out on like, you know, all mobile platforms. There's a million things called Doomsday. So if you want to support Josh and pick up this app, you got to search Doomsday, a mad science game, and then it'll be the first result. But he's been working his ass off on it. I'm pretty sure it was just like a one-man operation. So let's help Josh and not make this Freaky Scenes 2.0.
For the record, I bought Freaky Scenes.
Yeah, I did too.
So I don't know what you're saying, what you're implying. We did our part.
And I even uploaded a selfie, I think, of Freaky Scenes.
Yeah. And it, you know, I still got my ass kicked in that one.
You're quite an entrepreneur, though, over the years, huh?
Yeah, I feel like if I had a fully functioning brain, I'd know better than to stop betting on myself. But like a fucking idiot, I keep doing it.
Dude, you're telling me I'm pretty much lighting money on fire with my own stupid sports predictions. Anyways, Richmond, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Doomsday, a mad science game. I asked him to come on the show to promote it, but he's doing.
He declined.
Well, he's got a real job.
Oh,
so he couldn't do it. I think he's back to Quentin Tarantino started doing a podcast, and Josh was their like engineer producer. And then, you know, like we're year round. We take weeks off here and there, you know, for holidays and shit. But a lot of podcasts do seasons. So they did their scheduled amount and then stopped. And then it just got announced that they're doing another season. So Josh is back to work with Tarantino, which is
that's awesome.
Really fucking cool. But yeah, I'm really pumped for him, and he's going to come on once the schedule's aligned to promote it in detail. But check it out. Don't let Josh suffer the same fucking fate I did. Because another thing that sucks about making an app, so I don't know, anybody who's, I guess, a relatively new listener, back in the day when Instagram was all about like filters and stuff, and I don't even think you could post videos at the time, and everything was a square. You couldn't even change the aspect ratio of what you posted. I came up with an idea for this app that was kind of like horror themed of filters. And, you know, none of them were all that earth shattering, but the one that I still will defend is the one that turned you into like a haunted oil painting. That one was fucking cool, even like by today's standards. But like you put an app out there, it costs a shitload of money. You have to do it in multiple versions too, because there's iPhone apps, and then when you make an app that also works with Android, there's a million different fucking Android phones, and you have to program it to work for all of them. So it costs a fortune, and then once you post it, every hosting like Google Play and the App Store, they all take a cut, and they want a fee for even hosting it, and then you have to continuously update it every time new OS versions come out. So like it's a tough fucking thing making an app, and it cleaned me out. It set me back years launching a failed app that only Geoff and Shuddy bought. But
no, there was more than that. But
yeah, there were, but
it didn't meet your expectations.
No, I mean for what that app cost and to the amount of people that bought it, I got taken to the cleaners. That took a long time to bounce back from. But hey, everybody Everybody eats shit. I feel like even Steve Jobs had some colossal failures on his way to mega success. But man, speaking of fucking setbacks, remember when I was talking last week about how I had to get my car into the shop?
Yes.
Yeah, I felt like... Okay, sorry. What were you going to say?
Well, I got it back today. And,
yeah.
I the noise, it kind of sounded like that noise in Toxic, the Britney Spears song. Like when I was driving my car, it would go, ew, ew.
So I was about to say you got good news, but obviously I don't even know what the news is. And maybe it turns out to be bad, but weren't you supposed to get your car back later down the line so they finish it quicker, or am I wrong?
Well, yeah, the only good news in this is that I got my car back. All right. I got my car back before I fly out tomorrow morning.
Because we had to pause recording so you can go get your car, and I was like, that's cool. Like, hey, they got it done quick. But
they did.
All right, so anyways.
But it was not an easy fix. The only reason that it got pushed so far is when the guy figured out what the problem was and called me. He's like, I know you've had this car for a while, but you might want to just take a shot in the dark and reach out to your dealer and see if anything is still covered under warranty, because this is going to be a pricey fix. And I was just like, fucking no. Like, I Googled it, like, my car is squeaking, and almost every result was like, yeah, it's probably a belt. And replacing a belt never really gets close to breaking the bank. You know, they just swap a new one in and slap you on the ass and send you on your way. It was not a belt. It was not a fucking belt. It was in the engine. It was a valve cover. I think he said it was like the crankshaft valve, some fucking Johnson rod bullshit. But it was not a cheap fix. Not a cheap fix in the fucking slightest.
What was the damage done?
Dude, and fucking... Remember how I've been like... I bought, a few hundred John Cooper posters, then had to spend like close to $1,000 getting shipping materials and all that stuff. And I'm like, all right, if I sell all of these, I'll make a little bit of money, and then I could put that into festivals and promote the movie. I would have to do that probably like 3 times over to cover this car bill. It was $2,400.
Fuck, dude, I'm sorry. That sucks, man. That sucks.
There is no fucking getting my head above water. It has just been...
Dude, life is relentless, huh?
A series of fucking dick kicks. How does anybody get by?
Like, my gambling is pretty rough lately, and that needs to be addressed. But otherwise, I'm good. I'm kind of happy, and I'm, every now and then I'll get a little down on myself. But you've had a bad string of luck over the past couple of years, and people have it actually worse than you. So it's God, like it makes me feel. It sounds shitty, but I feel fortunate that life has been going pretty well for me the past couple of years. All things considered, and most of the things that aren't going well for me are self-inflicted wounds, whereas you just have like shitty luck.
Yeah, it's been like Carl.
I mean, if someone could maybe if someone in the Cleveland Browns could block, I mean, who knows? But that's still self-inflicted.
Oh, all right.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was making a joke. I was making a sports betting joke. Keep going.
No. Yeah, it's like a series. Like even because Carl and I have been dating for over 3.5 years now. When we first started dating, I told her about how crappy my luck is. And she's like, yeah.
She's still alive. She's still alive.
And then she saw how crappy my luck was. She's like, Jesus Christ, yeah, you weren't fucking kidding. And then just like all the other stuff just fell on top of it. Like my dad dies, I get fired. My grandpa dies, my uncle goes missing. Like she was like, oh, so it's not even just like funny bad luck stuff. You get the whole fucking spectrum of just like truly, truly horrible shit. She's like, yeah, you weren't
it turns
kidding.
out that your thumb getting exploded by that baseball pitch would be one of the funnier things in the grand scheme.
And it was.
Which is not funny. Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even like fully bend it anymore like I used to, but all things considered, that still is on the funny end of.
Well, that's
my bad
hilarious.
luck.
I just laughed.
Yeah. So yeah, it was just like,
Dude.
man, like I'm trying so fucking hard, and it is just every time like my lips pass through the watermark and I can take a deep breath of air, a fucking hand comes out and just shoves me back underwater. I just keep telling myself that like this is all going to be part of that story when something finally fucking hits and I get on the other side of this. It could be like, man, you really do pay your dues. You just eat shit, and then out of nowhere, the fucking light shines through the clouds. But it's at 42. It's just like maybe there is no fucking end to this. At least I have a podcast, so people can just get rejoice.
Yeah, they can come here to feel better about themselves.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I'm looking at this fucking bill right now. Jesus fucking Christ.
You haven't had your car that long, though. Like, dude, I was just thinking about this, more luck. I've had the same car for 11 years, maybe 12 years.
Yeah, I've had mine for 7.
Oh, I really thought it was much shorter than that. All right, fair enough.
No, 7 years, and like, you know, I know.
But yeah, how many cars did you have in the 5 years before that? Because we've known each other for like 12 years now.
Well, Shuddy's making like that face because he knows he's gearing up to take the blame again for destroying my Audi. And then after that, I got the Challenger, and I had that for 5 years, and I started doing the math on it because I'm like, wait a second, how do I need to get gas again? And I think my miles per gallon got to like 8. And I was like, I can't do this. And I was lucky enough that when I took it to a dealership and traded it in, they gave me a fuckload of money for it. So like I got my current car, which is a hybrid, for like, you know, really cheap. And I love this car, but you know, 7 years is a pretty good run without needing, you know, a lengthy a pricey fix. It just came at a fucking terrible time. But yeah, that's the end of that, and I'm sure all the internet mechanics are going to come and tell me how stupid I am for like I got ripped off or
for sure. Yeah, dude.
But yeah,
you should have.
That ties up that story.
Someone in the comments, you should have messaged me. I could have fixed that for free.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay, cool. Guy I've never met before. I should have.
Yeah, the labor was like $1,200. The parts were $1,000, and then you know, tax. Triple dicks. I got triple penetrated in my buttocks. Well, hey, perhaps in some good news. Should we really quickly go through some NFL? Fucking pick them!
We should, but...
The
not
delayed recording?
Good news.
Oh, man.
Not good news. Kevin Kraft finally having a week with less wins in the column than losses.
Dicks in my butt. You missed an opportunity. Kevin Kraft finally came back down to earth.
He did.
Oh, man. Fucking.
Back down to earth, right in line with Doogie Boy the cocksucker.
Dicks in my butt.
To tie for last place this week.
Oh, shit.
Oh, I knew it was bad.
Shit.
So, Kevin, you picked the Jets against the Bills. The Bills won, so Geoff and I won that round.
How fucking stupid of me.
Then you and I picked the Saints against the Broncos. Geoff picked the Broncos, who stomped the Saints.
Duh. Stupid taints.
Goes downhill from there. From there for me.
Then you both picked the Cleveland Browns over the Cleveland Bungholes, and the Bungholes won.
Damn it.
That was terrible. And Kevin, we both had the Browns to win the Super Bowl. That shit's over. Their fucking starting quarterback, who sucked for the first 5 games, finally played well in this game. and you saw his Achilles tear. Like they show the footage of it. You see the pop and it roll up in the back of his leg, and it's like, oh, and like I've seen this, like watching sports. I've seen this, dozens of times at this point. So as soon as it's like, oh, okay, that's the end of his season, maybe career, like he's fucked. And like everyone likes to shit on Deshaun Watson, and rightfully so. He seems like a terrible human and has sucked at football for the better part of 2 years now. But like, they can't win without him being good.
Is he the guy that you said had Achilles tendonitis like me?
No, that's Christian McCaffrey. He hasn't played yet this season, or since that has happened. He might have played the first game or two.
What happened in the other games?
No.
Well, you and I both rightfully chose the Eagles, who beat the shit out of the Giants.
All right, I'll take a win.
That was a hometown pick.
You and Geoff both picked the winning Los Angeles Rams over the Las Vegas Raiders. You both picked the Vikings, who lost to the Lions. And then Kevin, Geoff, you picked the Jets, who lost to the Steelers.
Jesus Christ.
That pisses me off because I bet the Steelers pretty heavily. It was one of my couple winners last week, and I gave it out in a picks column. I just completely flipped on that game. I mean, we do it, we recorded last Monday, and I turned my picks in on Saturday, so had a lot of time to think about it.
So, Kevin and Geoff both had a record of 3-4 this week. I was 5-2.
Shit. So what is what's the total?
So the overall record, Kevin, you are 23-19.
Okay, still doing okay. I think
I am 22-20.
Oh shit.
Geoff is 18-24.
So
6 games under 500.
4 games behind you.
4 games behind me. Yeah, 4 behind me.
Okay.
So then, this week we missed the Monday night game last night, so that can't happen.
Thank God. So, I lost both of them.
Well, I would have picked whoever won, so I should get those points.
So we are going to do the Minnesota Vikings versus the Los Angeles Rams.
Oh God.
No!
Fuck me. I'll just take the Rams. I hope they don't trade Cooper Kupp. And I feel like a sucker because I had the Vikings as one of my picks last week. They lost, and now I'm betting against them. That's usually a sign of weakness to do that, but I really like the Rams.
I'll go with the
Vikings.
Rams
are at home.
I feel like they fucked me, but I'll take them. The Vikings.
That's probably the smart pick. They're fair for a reason, Kevin.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Your pick to represent the American Football Conference in the Super Bowl, the Cleveland Browns hosting the Baltimore Ravens.
Ravens. Fuck these chodes. Fuck these Browns. Stupid name. You just picked a color as your team name.
I really want to bet the Browns plus the points. I think it's +9. But I just have to pick who wins. I'll take the Ravens.
I'm also taking the Ravens.
Just feels, dude, these AFC North games are weird. It feels like this could be a weird one.
And this could be one where they come out really fired up after losing Deshaun Watson, rally behind Jameis Winston, and could steal a win from the Ravens. I almost made that pick, but I'm not willing to take the odds. The spread Eagles versus the Bungholes in Cincinnati. I'm taking the Eagles, of course.
I think Shuddy is guessing with his heart and not his brain, so I'm going to pick the Bungholes. I think they're going to poop right in the spread Eagles.
Yeah, I have less analysis than Kevin. I'll go with the Bungholes. That's a fucking coin flip game.
In another coin flip game, the Indianapolis Colts versus the Houston Texans.
I forgot the Colts existed. I'll take Texans.
I'll make this an upset special. I'll go with the Colts. I haven't even looked at football. I'm so butthurt about it lately. Texans haven't been playing good lately. They're due for a loss.
The Colts.
You dummies.
The Chicago Bears versus the Washington Commanders.
I'm on the Bears. I think the Bears shit whip that team.
Yeah.
Even if Jaden Daniels plays, especially if he plays.
I'm taking the Bears also.
Well, yeah, I was about to say I'm going to take them as well in honor of Geoff's Chicago visit. I think Geoff's visit to the town put some magic juice on the team.
Gives them some good juju.
Yeah, some good juju poo-poo.
And the final game, the Dallas Gay Cowboys versus the San Francisco 69ers. I am taking the 49ers.
Yeah, but I think you're doing that because you hate the Cowboys.
That's exactly... You're correct, Kevin.
So I'm going to take the other team.
You're going to take the Cowboys.
Yeah.
I fucking hate the 49ers. I fucking hate them.
You hate them more than you hate the Cowboys?
Kind of.
Why do you hate them?
Because I know the Cowboys are... I know the Cowboys are bitches, and I correctly bet their games usually, so I'm not as mad about them. Whereas I can't ever figure out this Niners team. I won with them a couple weeks ago, but every time I trust them, put money on to beat the Chiefs just fucking own them. And I have so many people in my life that are Niners fans, and they're kind of cunts about the Niners.
Yeah.
And it's almost like unjustified confidence because they always fucking choke. Like my mom's boyfriend's a Niners fan. Two of my good friends are a Niners fan. I had the head coach of the 49ers, his first cousin, on my podcast twice this month. And he's actually the most tolerable out of all these people. And I didn't have the heart to tell him how much I fucking hate his cousin and their team. But I fucking hate this team. I fucking do. They've cost me so much money over the years. They're bitches. They're bitches. But all that said, the Cowboys always lose this game, and the Niners are probably going to throat fuck them.
All right. Solid analysis.
I'll take the Niners.
So you're taking the Niners. Okay. All right. The pick thems have been made. We have successfully done all the pick thems we need to for this week.
All right. Well, I teased it earlier, but did you guys see any movies to review in the past week?
No. Nope.
All right. Geoff is shaking his head.
Nothing, dude.
I watched a movie that recently hit Netflix called It's What's Inside. Have you guys heard of that?
I did not until I logged that piece of shit we watched for What the Fuck Did I Just Watch on Letterboxd and saw that you rated that.
Yeah,
I watched parts of a movie that might have actually been what? Is that the Anna Kendrick movie?
No. I think it's like Woman of the Hour or something like that. Anna Kendrick just did a Netflix movie that's like based on the dating game Killer, which I downloaded that onto my iPad, and that's going to be a plane watch for me and Carl tomorrow. But It's What's Inside is like it's an indie film that's kind of like a thriller dash of sci-fi mystery type thing. And so it's basically like these kids that went to high school. I mean, they're not kids. I think they said they all graduated college like 8 years ago, so they're probably all around 30, which I think makes them young millennials. But they're kind of insufferable. Like my big issue with that movie, Bodies, 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 was they were just like these annoying Gen Z kids just saying,
oh, they were not a single one of them in Bodies, Bodies, Bodies was likable in
Yeah.
any fashion.
just straight up insufferable. And the ending of Bodies, Bodies, Bodies is awesome, but it wasn't enough to make up for like the torment that I went through sitting through these insufferable characters. And a lot of these characters are similarly insufferable, but I feel like it got a lot more intriguing and like had me like, all right, what's happening here way earlier. And then crazy shit just kind of keeps happening. And then it just continues right up until the end credits. And I was just like, whoa, that was fucking cool. Like even just the style of the film, like it did this thing where when they're telling stories, it would go to like a still picture. And as they added more details, things in the picture would like change and the camera would move around in it, kind of like a Frozen, like Matrix thing moving around people. And that was really cool. There was like, it just had a lot of style to it and really cool camera work, a lot of cool fucking cinematography. And it was just clever. Like the description of the movie leaves it kind of vague. Like it's these, people that were friends in college get together for a party before a wedding, and then a mystery guest shows up and brings some device and they play a game and things get weird. And I don't think it's super spoilery for me to say what that game is. So essentially this guy who is kind of estranged from their group after college shows up with this device where when you hook it up to people, you switch their consciousness. So like he doesn't tell anybody what's about to happen. He's just like, this will be a fun game. Watch this. And connects these nodes to everybody. And when he flips the switch, like I would be in Geoff's body, Geoff would be in Shuddy's body. Like, and all of a sudden you're just like, wait, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? So they decide to play a game. Like you have to guess who is in whose body. And then just like all this crazy shit starts happening. And despite the characters being insufferable, which was, intentional, it was fucking good, man. It was really impressive. And that's the thing I was talking about at the beginning. This guy just did a whole bunch of shorts, got funding for this feature that he wrote and directed, made it for $2.5 million. I think it got into Sundance, shopped it around. Netflix hit him with an offer for $17 million. He was like, yes! Hit the button, signed the paperwork, and I'm sure this dude's going to have a really successful and interesting film career ahead of him, and it was fucking dope. I recommend it. Don't get put off by the annoying characters. They're supposed to be annoying, and it's wild. It's fucking wild. I like right when that thing happened, when he brought the machine out and like you see how it plays out, I was like, whoa. All right, there's a lot of potential here. I could see this going a lot of different ways. So it was really well written, really clever. The plot beats are all really surprising. It was good shit, man. It was like a 4-dicker.
Nice.
I enjoyed it.
And that's on Netflix?
Yeah. Yeah, good shit. Well, I guess that's it. We got to head over to Patreon land. Just looking
to go hide behind the paywall
timer.
a little bit.
And if you guys would like to join us, it's very easy. Don't let FOMO get the best of you. Join us. See what's behind the curtain. Experience it. Fucking like 8 years worth of content. Patreon.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. We do a bonus episode every week, and that's on the $5 tier, along with our, 3 seasons of Crafter Geoff? 4 seasons?
4 seasons of Crafter Geoff. We're on the 4th season of Queef or No Queef.
Yeah. So bonus podcast, and Crafter Geoff is all in the $5 tier. $10 tier has all of our individual shows, the Queef or No Queefs, the Kevin's Nerd Hole, the Between Two Flushes, Snack Attacks, Hijack Snack Attacks, What the Fuck Did I Just Watch with Shuddy and Dom, which I just appeared on an episode this morning that I think is already live with The Barn.
Is it really?
I believe so, yeah. I saw Dom put it up on Instagram. So tons and tons of stuff. Check it out. Helps keep this podcast alive and going. And what else? Oh, yeah. If you need some sports ball banter in your life, Outkick Bets with Geoff Clark is right there. And Geoff is frozen.
Yeah, please check out. I know, dude. I've been having internet problems the whole day. I'm sorry. I only got 2 of the 3 bars, so my apologies. I'm probably breaking up here. Yeah, NFL Week 8, most likely I'll be doing it this week. The travel is a little weird. It's throwing me off, so I might take the week off, kind of recalibrate, and come back next week. But check out my over-under preview podcast for the NBA 2024-2025 season. I did an Eastern Conference and Western Conference preview, go through all 15 teams of each conference, give out our predictions on whether they'll go over or under their win total. That's still fresh until pretty much tomorrow, so I guess get on that. But if you follow me on social media, you would have seen me tweet it out. So, but that's all I got on the Outkick Bets front.
And speaking of social media, if you guys want to follow us on Instagram, I'm at Kevin Kraft.
At Shuddy Boy.
Geoff Records.
And at MSPH Podcast, as well as at John Cooper Movie. And if you want to see these episodes, youtube.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. You can see a little snippet of Geoff playing paintball in Chicago. Trust me, it's worth it. Check it out. So like, subscribe, watch, all that goofy crap. And I think that's it. Yeah, I mean, we had so much stuff on the docket. I got a lot of stuff to talk about on the Patreon show, too. I went to Disneyland with Dustin. So we can get into that on the Patreon show. And for those that are there, we will see you shortly. But for everybody else, until next time, something.